we're going to talk today a little bit about reopening the chapel this fall, and we'll get right to it. Ken, thanks for being here today. The question, first question is, because of COVID, we had to close the chapel early last season. Are there plans to restart the chapel at Caliente? When and where?
Okay, well, we did have to close early, but we are hoping to have chapel again this coming season. And we put together a proposed plan to have a test run beginning Sundays, November 1st at 9 a.m. at Caliente Springs. And we're going to try, to begin with right now, based on the protocols, an outdoor worship service on the pool area, on the pool deck area at Caliente Springs. That's November 1st, Sunday, November 1st at 9 a.m.
Okay, now what's going to happen with the actual pools and other facilities around the pool deck during service?
Well, anytime that we've had our services at Caliente Springs, we've never closed the pools or the hot tubs, and we don't intend to do that. We want it to be a place where community can come, and it'll just be that we'll let the community know in advance that we'll be having services outdoors because of the COVID protocol right now. We'll have the hot tubs open, the pools open. I don't mind if people are in there. I think it's fine.
Okay, now this next question is a two-part question, so don't let me trick you.
Okay.
Part A is, what are some of the current COVID protocols in place that people can expect when they come to chapel to encounter? And then what are we going to do as the state changes protocols going forward?
Okay. We're going to follow the Sky Valley Resort Safe Community Living Plan that the Doctors Kim have put together with the administration. And we're going to follow those protocols, and that's keeping everybody as safe as possible, and having protocols so that when we're coming to chapel at this point in time, we're going to have hand washing stations. We'd encourage the wearing of masks, especially if you can't be 6 feet apart, then we want you to wear a mask. But outdoors and being more than 6 feet apart, which we'll do, then masks wouldn't be required. We're going to have one-way entrance into the area so that we can accumulate the information for this safety protocol information, contact information, in the unlikely event that someone was to test positive for COVID. We want to be able to communicate with everybody that attended a service. But we're just trying to keep everybody safe, and we want people to be able to gather in a healthy, safe environment, to be able to worship, to be able to express their faith.
Absolutely. And now today is September 18th, 2020. How have things been up in Canada? And how do you feel Canadians should feel coming back this season?
I think, well, to try and put it in perspective, Canada is 1/10 the population of the United States. We actually have a population in Canada very similar to the state of California. Okay, we're just a lot more spread out. Right. There are a little over 140,000 cases of COVID in Canada compared to the 775,000 in California. So, a quarter or less than a quarter of what California has for cases. However, we've had a little over 9,000 deaths. California's had 14,000 somehow, so maybe 2/3 of the deaths. But relatively speaking, Canada's been very good as far as a nation is concerned. we see the trends going up here right now, but overall it's been maintained fairly well, and the health system has not been inundated. And the same for the states, for the most part, that it's been handled, and things are getting better and look hopeful for the future as well.
And let me just add that locally at Caliente, we still have had 2 households, 4 cases that we're aware of, we were made aware of. And overall in California and in Riverside County, Coachella Valley, we see the cases have been, for at least a month, been trending down, and we expect that to continue. So things are getting better. What all of our fears are is there's going to be, if we're not careful, that second wave.
Right.
And that's what we all need to take precautions about.
And we will be monitoring that in regards to chapel, and follow all the CDC guidelines and the California guidelines for chapel service, and we'll adapt as we go along, whether we are able to go inside with physical distancing or whether we remain outside. That will all be determined on how things progress for Riverside County.
That's right. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much for listening to me and Ken give you an update today. In the comments below, I will link the Safe Community Living Plan specifically for chapel, so you can read about the protocols and know what to expect. As Ken mentioned, it's very likely that we are going to be relaxing protocols or possibly adding them in the future. So stay tuned. We'll be updating those as the government agencies permit or allow. And if you have questions, Ken, what should they do?
They can contact me through the Caliente Springs Chapel Facebook website. They can email me, and if you've had it before, it's my full name with my middle initial @gmail.com. I'd be glad to be available for anybody, and I hope to see our U.S. friends for sure to begin with down south, and hopefully at least by the new year we'll see the border open and we'll see some of our Canadian friends join us.
Okay, thank you very much, guys, and God bless.